Welcome, fellow history enthusiasts, to a journey that delves deep into the heart of Taiwan, exploring the vibrant, resilient, and often overlooked indigenous tribes that have shaped the island's rich tapestry. Today, we embark on a voyage not just through time, but through the very soul of a land that pulses with the echoes of ancient traditions and timeless stories. Prepare to be captivated by tales of courage, survival, and cultural fusion, as we uncover the incredible legacy of Taiwan's indigenous peoples. Historical background. Long before the bustling metropolises and the neon lights, before the waves of colonization and the advent of modernity, Taiwan was home to a diverse array of indigenous tribes. These tribes, the true children of the land, trace their roots back thousands of years, their origins shrouded in the mists of prehistory. The indigenous peoples of Taiwan are part of the Austronesian family, a group whose maritime prowess and adventurous spirit led them to spread across the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, from Madagascar to Easter Island. Their journey to Taiwan, it is believed, began around 6,000 years ago. They navigated the treacherous waters of the South China Sea, bringing with them unique languages, cultures, and ways of life that would take root and flourish on this island. Today, Taiwan recognizes 16 distinct indigenous groups, each with its own language, customs, and cultural heritage. These tribes include the Amis, Atayal, Paiwan, Bunan, and Sao, to name just a few, each contributing to the rich mosaic of Taiwan's indigenous identity. Life and culture of indigenous tribes. Imagine the island of Taiwan before the influence of outside forces, a land where lush forests and towering mountains cradled the villages of the indigenous tribes. These communities were deeply connected to the natural world, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the seasons and the bounty of the land. They were hunters, gatherers, farmers, and fishermen, their knowledge of the environment passed down through generations. Take the Atayal, for instance, known for their intricate facial tattoos and weaving skills. These tattoos, etched onto the faces of both men and women, were not merely decorative but held deep spiritual significance, symbolizing bravery, beauty, and social status. The Atayal were also skilled weavers, creating textiles that were not only functional but also served as a canvas for their artistic expression. The Paiwan, another prominent tribe, are renowned for their exquisite craftsmanship, particularly in pottery and beadwork. Their society is structured around a hereditary chieftain system, with social status and roles passed down through generations. The Paiwan people have a rich oral tradition, their myths and legends preserving the history and values of their ancestors. Among the coastal tribes, the Amis stand out for their vibrant festivals and communal lifestyle. The Harvest Festival, or Ilisin, is a cornerstone of Amis culture, a time of celebration, thanksgiving, and community bonding. Through song, dance, and ritual, the Amis people honor their ancestors and the spirits of the land, ensuring the continuity of their cultural heritage. These tribes, each with their unique ways of life, share a common thread, a profound respect for nature and a deep sense of community. Their social structures, spiritual beliefs, and artistic expressions are all rooted in a harmonious relationship with the environment, a testament to their adaptability and resilience. Colonization and Sinicization. However, the tranquility of these indigenous communities was disrupted with the arrival of external forces. The 17th century marked the beginning of a new era for Taiwan, one characterized by the arrival of Dutch and Spanish colonizers. The island became a coveted prize, a strategic outpost in the burgeoning trade networks of the time. The indigenous peoples, who had lived in relative isolation, suddenly found themselves confronting the advanced weaponry and foreign diseases brought by these newcomers. But it was the arrival of the Han Chinese immigrants during the Qing dynasty that had the most profound and lasting impact. The Qing government encouraged Han Chinese settlers to move to Taiwan, seeking to solidify their control over the island. This influx of settlers brought with it the process of Sinicization, the gradual assimilation of indigenous peoples into Han Chinese culture. The Sinicization of Taiwan's indigenous tribes was not a single event, but a complex, multifaceted process that unfolded over centuries. It involved a combination of voluntary adaptation, intermarriage, and coercive measures. The indigenous tribes were pressured to adopt Han Chinese agricultural practices, clothing, language, and social norms. Traditional lands were confiscated, and the indigenous ways of life were systematically eroded. Despite these pressures, the indigenous peoples of Taiwan did not passively accept their fate. There were numerous instances of resistance and rebellion, as tribes fought to preserve their autonomy and way of life. The most notable of these uprisings was the Wuxia Rebellion of 1930, led by the Sedic tribe against Japanese colonial forces. This act of defiance remains a powerful symbol of indigenous resistance and resilience. Modern challenges and resilience. In the contemporary era, Taiwan's indigenous peoples continue to face significant challenges. Economic marginalization, loss of traditional lands, and cultural assimilation are ongoing issues. However, the resilience and adaptability that have characterized these tribes for millennia are still very much alive. Efforts to preserve and revitalize indigenous cultures have gained momentum in recent years. Language revitalization programs, cultural festivals, and legal recognition of indigenous land rights are all part of a broader movement to empower indigenous communities and reclaim their heritage. The Council of Indigenous Peoples, established by the Taiwanese government, plays a crucial role in advocating for the rights and interests of indigenous peoples. Education and awareness are also key components of this revival. Indigenous knowledge and history are being integrated into school curricula, ensuring that future generations understand and appreciate the contributions of Taiwan's original inhabitants. Indigenous leaders and activists are increasingly vocal in political and social arenas, pushing for greater representation and autonomy. Moreover, there is a growing appreciation for the unique cultural heritage of Taiwan's indigenous tribes within the broader society. Traditional crafts, music, and dance are being celebrated and preserved, not just as relics of the past, but as living, evolving expressions of identity. Conclusion. As we conclude this journey through the history and legacy of Taiwan's indigenous tribes, we are reminded of the profound depth and complexity of human culture. The story of Taiwan's indigenous peoples is one of resilience and adaptation, of enduring spirit in the face of immense challenges. It is a story that continues to unfold, as indigenous communities navigate the complexities of the modern world while striving to preserve their ancient heritage. Let us honor these tribes by acknowledging their contributions, celebrating their cultures, and supporting their ongoing struggle for recognition and rights. In doing so, we not only enrich our understanding of Taiwan's history but also contribute to a more inclusive and equitable future. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Taiwan's indigenous tribes. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.